Good evening, folks. Welcome to Cooking with Dan Leslie. My name is Janet Rapisardi-Hoff. I'll be your host this evening in Dan's kitchen. Dan, it is hot in here this evening.
I know, a little toasty.
Wow, very toasty.
It was freezing when I walked in here.
Well, that's true.
I went in the other direction. No middle ground with me. We're either hot or we're cold.
Yeah.
Let's see how hot this show's going to be, right? How you doing, right?
Good, yeah.
So we got
getting geared up for the holidays?
Yeah, right. We're getting in that zone.
Yeah.
Yeah, I should have thrown a couple holidays type of things in. Maybe we'll do it the next show. I think we'd still have enough time between now and Christmas, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that'll be good. That'll be good. So, what do we have? We had, I had a couple things I had to get going to...
But wait a minute, I'm looking at this cup over here.
Yeah, this is your soupy. This is for your soup.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been off soups for a while.
Yeah,
it's
we
been
haven't
hurry
done
at
soups. Yeah. Yeah, but it's cold enough.
I know. I'm not
Wow.
going to make the soup start to finish. I was actually going to make some asparagus
Ooh.
and show our viewers how quickly, you can overcook anything, really, but asparagus, when it doesn't break horizontally, I'd rather eat it raw, for crying out loud, and it just, we were going to add it to a dish, so I figured I'd make some and throw it right in the water and kind of work the dish out. And I wanted to mention that I was attempting, with the onset of winter here, going to get back involved with a couple types of soup, and I was going to let you try some, and hopefully you'll like it. Oh, this is horrible.
I would tell you.
Yeah, we're going to find out.
Okay.
But I was going to serve this twice-baked potato with this pork dish I was going to cook.
Okay.
We're going to do a cream accent to a pork dish. I'm in the cream mode here. I think the last show we did, very creamy. We're going to have to get out of that zone.
We like
but I was we had stuffed this Idaho potato with some roasted garlic and some scallion, some Parmesan, some salt and pepper, some butter, and some cream. Real low-cal situation here with Uncle Dan. But I'm going to put that right in the oven, so that's going to be ready when we get that pork dish together. Alrighty. It's in the oven. And I guess we can cook this asparagus. We got the little...
Now, yeah, I was going to ask you, I am always looking for the little tiny baby, beautiful sweet asparagus like that. Can never find it. You always got the big, ugly...
I'm telling you, the asparagus, spinach is spinach. String beans, usually they came, they're ones look similar to the other, unless you get some of those more petite... haricot vert, I don't know how to really pronounce those really petite string beans, but you have never seen anything like asparagus. I mean, I think it's a real cheeky vegetable.
Oh yeah.
Real cheeky. And, some people prefer the trees, as I call them, and these are on the skinnier, more petite side. You can see those on the camera. And
I like them that way.
I like them like that. Yeah, that's nice. I like them maybe just a little thicker too, but not too much thicker. And thin is good though. You got, it's tough to cook. It's fun, You put that neat little couple sauces or maybe some butter and oil, or just plain. They're very plain. But we did cut off a couple. These were about this long, so we did cut about 2 inches of this asparagus off.
Okay.
And it's real. It's real edible stuff we put in, but some of it's just hard to the tooth, and we made some soup out of that, some cream of asparagus soup. I was going to let you try that. So I'm going to cook this asparagus in the water. I'm going to parboil it, and we're going to serve it with this loin of pork dish. So I'm going to toss that in our boiling water right here. Excuse my Brooklynese.
And you leave the bands right on there?
Yeah, just leave them right on there.
Okay.
Otherwise, these things are haywire. They're going all over the place. They start breaking. But it doesn't take too much time, and we're going to shock them in cold water. Our viewers at home, if I were them, I was doing some asparagus. I'd parboil them, and I'd either, if you had a large group, maybe fan them out, all going in the same direction. Maybe season them first. Try to keep them all going in the same direction. Really? Undercook them and maybe put them in a low temperature oven. Or they could just put them in some sort of china dish, and just prior to ready to serve, just pop them in the microwave and get them hot. But parboil them and season them, have them sitting there at your disposal. You start doing something like asparagus under the gun and shaking it out and cooling it off, forget it. You're going to be, you'll need psychiatric help in the morning trying to put out, dinner for 6. But yeah, this stuff takes no time at all to cook.
Okay.
My rule too is when I check on it a couple times, if you can really, I'm starting to smell the asparagus right now, but as soon as you really get some, it starts hitting your nostrils that you're smelling broccoli or asparagus, I feel like it's done, and it's just about there. You notice we just threw it in. But there's such a tendency to make sure it's cooked, forget it.
Okay.
Singeing my eyebrows down here.
I can smell that from here. You can get the aroma.
Yep, and that's about it. Yeah, you can sense it's there.
Okay.
We're going to shock this in some cold water. We'll have it ready to go.
Didn't know that you had to do that. But that stops the cooking process,
Yes.
correct?
Right.
Right. And then we can microwave them for, how long do you think? Maybe 30 seconds?
That's dependent on the type of microwave that you have.
Okay.
But something like this is one of those things we've gone over it time and again. If you're cooking at home,
Right.
get this out of the way to focus on your main thing. That's the toughest thing to produce. Get this under control. I got a little blackening here. We're going to do some chicken. We'll put your soup on. This is some cream of asparagus soup that we've made.
Wow.
Okay. We'll finish it with a little
Great.
butter. I also do a brothier type of soup. It's a spinach and egg drop soup.
Ooh.
Little Parmesan garnish. We use a chicken stock as a base to it, and we just add some wilted spinach we've done on the show. Just the leafy, real leafy like that. We throw it in, we stir up an egg and get that together, and a little salt and pepper. Parmesan as a garnish. It's really nice. The key to the mint being that your spinach is in good shape, and that the broth had some good base to it, some real good base flavor. That means everything. So yeah, we'll get that going. I'll have you try it, see what you think.
Sure.
We got a little blackening pan going. I think we should get this loin of pork in the oven because it's going to take some time. I was going to put a little Dijon mustard. Woo!
Wow.
Magic, right?
Yeah, it's magic. Don't try this at home, boys and girls.
Try this at home. I'm going to get some Earl in here. Just some basic oil, nothing too exotic, because we're just going to pan sear and roast this. Just going to brown it on all sides, salt and pepper it, and send it in there. All right, we got it going.
Okay.
We got our little asparagus chilling here. I guess I can put these in a strainer and have them hang out for a little while. Get some of the water off them. I don't think I'm even going to bother seasoning them here, but you know, when you're doing something like this, I mean, if you're real adventurous, it would go great with a little citrus accented hollandaise sauce, you know, maybe with a little color. That'd be nice. Some butter, salt, pepper, and garlic I think is good. Some olive oil and slivered garlic, that works too. You know, 90 ways to skin a cat. The main thing that I suggest is that we don't overdo the seasoning and let the vegetable
Now, how do you know that you're overdoing the seasoning?
You don't. You just keep it all on the short side. If you're not sure, trust your judgment and keep these sauces and oils and whatnot all on the short side. You can always add a little bit to it, but you know, I would think the main thing you'd be doing would be eating the asparagus itself. So I've got a hunk of pork here. I'm going to set that in this pan with some oil. And we'll get that going. Bring that soup to a boil. Hopefully not enough to, you know, to hurt you. Yeah, I don't know why I just shied away from soups. Just to wheel a couple, you know, cream of tomato type, a potato and bacon soup with some scallion chopped in it, you know, but I have gotten away with it, from it. Soups are a tough thing, I'll tell you. They really are, from the public's perception of what soup is, you know, because you got some decent soups, I guess, you can take out of the can. And on the one hand, you're using maybe some odds and ends to make soups. But by the time you get done preparing it and adding creams to it and stuff, I don't think people realize sometimes how time-consuming it is.
Yes, it is very time-consuming, and the effort that's especially like a cream of asparagus or a cream of, you know, like a shrimp bisque.
Right.
I mean, there's a lot of work that goes into that, and then, you know, mixing the ingredient down and pureeing it. Wow.
Exactly.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
It's a lot of work. You see a lot of places real successful with soups that are a grade or two below the situation I have, and maybe they'll go with a more canned variety and are just firing this stuff out and have it on the you know, on the buffet, the salad bar line or something like that. They're not terrific, but they're not horrible. Or you'll see places that are real Café Francais, you know, where they're, you know, like I'm going to do, get $30 for 3 ounces of soup, you know. I'll try not to make this too hot for you, okay? We can always let it cool off. I'm going to finish it with a little butter. A little piece of butter in here. Stir that in. Yeah, I've got that pan going. I was going to.
You can hear that.
Going to make a chicken sandwich with it. We have a real potent blackening mix. I get complaints from time to time, and what we try to do is instead of maybe blackening both sides of it, if you wanted it a little less spicy, maybe we do it just on one side, you know. But you know, it's a Cajun type of thing, and we're not holding back, I guess. I could.
It's got to be hot if it's Cajun.
I got a little loaf of French bread we were going to put on that sandwich. I'll just toast that up a little bit. I always like the bread toasted. I like English muffins, sandwiches, you know.
No.
Really. I had a terrific sandwich last night. I stole my kids' lunch meat, and my wife was going to make for their sandwiches. But I went English muffin, real good bologna, some American cheese, a big hunk of tomato, and some Dijon mustard, and a glass of Chardonnay. It worked.
A very American sandwich.
Yeah, that's it.
Was this for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, Dan?
That was breakfast.
Oh.
Yeah. Uh-oh. I'm going to need a chainsaw here to get this loin of pork off the bottom of the pan.
Oh, no, that looks good.
Yeah, we're just going to sear that up and roast it. Okay, well, I think that soup's gone far enough. Hopefully I won't spill it all over the place. There we go. Sorry I didn't. I just decided to do this at the last second. Otherwise I would have run our viewers through the process. I mean, I could garnish it. You know, you got to be careful with this. We could go with a couple little, you know, parsleys like that. Just a little green in there. We don't want to overdo it. We'll take a look at
I think
what
that's
the
all you need.
what the little paprika would look like on there, just so. Yeah, that's pretty good,
seasonal.
right? That works.
Ooh, that is great.
Has decent base
That hits
flavor
the
with the
spot.
asparagus,
Oh,
right?
absolutely.
Right? Not too thick, not too thin.
Nope.
Our loin of pork is coming along pretty well here. I'll be able to
Beautiful consistency.
chuck this into the
Great.
oven. I guess we can do that now. Crank that oven up a little bit. I guess I could take our chicken cutlets here. We just had some chicken that we kind of trimmed up a little bit and flattened out. Not super thin, but you know, we want it where it's workable for us.
Cajun chicken.
Yeah, baby.
Ooh.
It's great. We got a nifty little sandwich we're going to put it with. I've been working more with this, you know, midweek, early or late, you know, just outside of the dinner hour. I love sandwiches. I do. I really love sandwiches.
Yeah, you really do love sandwiches.
We have this pan on for a considerable period of time. Very hot.
I'm not a big one on sandwiches, but I love the, you know, how you have the French bread or the thinly sliced Italian bread. That really
I
makes it
like.
very tasty.
Really, I think it's great. All right, I guess this pork I can get in the oven now, can't I? Get one of my little sizzly pans here. I'll add this oil right to it. And I'm going to make a little sauce in that pan. Maybe I'll cook it just like this, standing on its side. We'll see how that works. I love pork.
Oh, yeah, it's thick enough to do that too. The
Yeah,
other
right.
the other white meat.
Right, the other white meat.
We have bread in there.
I took it out.
Okay.
Hey, just
on you,
checking on me
Dan.
here. All right. I think the last time I crisped that bread up a little bit. So we're going to roast that. I can smell our little twice baked potato going.
Couldn't
And then
catch
we'll-
you this time.
And this is so hot. This is going to cook so rapidly, you know. Even this one's just a little thinner. Oh, I missed that little spot there, didn't I? Okay, we got this oil here. I'll toss a little bit out here. And how am I going to do this? We're going to do a Dijon sauce. I had some shallot that we had minced. And if you're in doubt on the garlic, I like to hold it back a little bit. On the shallot, I like to add a little more to it. Got a little white wine. Deglaze the bottom of the pan. I've got some demi-glace. When you don't brown things properly, all I need to do is add this demi-glace, this veal reduction that goes well with pork items. I've got some coarse grain Dijon mustard. You don't want to overwhelm it with that. And in the meantime, I'm just overcooking the chicken. Yeah! All right, now we can turn that doggone pan off.
Plate?
Sorry about that.
No problem.
Thank you. We'll put our chickies here, and we'll get to that in a moment. Okay, first I'll turn this monstrosity off, right? This is great, 100 degrees outside, 130 in here. Do you think there's ever threats of a mutiny here, Dan? We're not blackening anything anymore. We're not working for you. And I wouldn't blame them. I'm going to have a little salt and pepper in here. What else could I do? I could put a few of these green peppercorns I had.
Oh, great.
Nice little softy corns. Maybe I'll slice that mushroom up at the end. And I'm going to finish this with a little cream and butter. We have a nice little... Don't want to overwhelm it, but I love the way that demi-glace, we added that to it.
Oh, that's nice.
And you got that nice, what color is that?
Gold,
tan. Yeah, a little golden tan type of color.
Golden tan.
Yeah, and we'll wait for the pork to come out. We'll slice it, add this, reduce the sauce, and we'll see if we can make something happen. All right, I guess we could whip this
It looks good. Nice
sandwich
and thick.
together. I've
Sure.
got a little penne pasta. I had it pre-cooked. You know, you can pre-cook certain things like this. You just don't want to cook it 90 days in advance. You know, there's ways of doing this, okay? And I mean, I'm going to add that to our vodka sauce. We're going to finish that with a little Parmesan. We have really nice
that's a nice
Parmesan.
touch. Oh, yeah.
Really nice Parmesan.
Oh, yes.
And we'll try to put this little Sammy together. All right, I guess I can put this... I guess I can cut the bread all the way. Certain sandwiches I like to, certain ones I don't. I'm going to put a little chicky wicky on here. I guess a couple pieces are going to get the job done. You and I can fight for that in a couple minutes, okay? All right. Now with this dish, I was going to put some eggplant, some arugula, and some roasted peppers. This little balsamic vinaigrette we have, and garnish it with the vodka pasta. That's it, vodka pasta.
With the vodka pasta.
Yeah, that.
That's it.
Memory banks are failing here.
Oh.
Mr. Dan Alzheimer's Luzzy here. There's my little spoonie.
Well, that happens when you turn 30, Dan.
That was just a couple years ago for me.
That's right.
This cheese is really nice stuff. It's just going to melt right into that vodka pasta. Got a little more sauce than I wanted, but we should be able to work around that. Try the fragrance. It's not.
You know, I was going to say, no, and you can get the shallots and the Parmesan cheese.
Right.
Wow, magnificent.
All right, I've got some eggplant here. Put that on. Put a double schlocking of eggplant on. I've got some roasted peppers. I'll add a few of these. I like this little combination, especially black. I mean, if you don't like blackened chicken, you can have sauteed chicken. This is very spicy. I got the Yankees and the Mutts on right now.
Oh, yeah.
So, you know, this is something, you can serve a couple of these at the meal. I guess I'll put this eggplant. That arugula is very fickle. I've got a little balsamic vinaigrette we've seen on the show from time to time. Come on, baby, don't... Something's caught there. Uh-oh. Could have a little trouble here.
Not for long. There you go.
There we go.
Okay. We're back in business.
Back in there. I'm going to beat this thing. Here. There we go. It's gone. Whatever that was. Probably a hunk of garlic or something. So I put it on pretty liberally. Because I'm a liberal kind of guy. Speaking of which, the candidates have been going at it, haven't they?
Oh, boy. You know, I think it's getting less and less a debate and more a marketing,
Right.
a strategic marketing plan.
It is, you know, but that's all part of it, I guess. So we're set there. This is the sandwich. We got our blackened chicken, our little eggplant, roasted peppers, arugula. All right, we're going to give that a little cut. Set it out on the plate here. Get some of our vodka pasta. In the mood for a lot or a little?
Oh, just a little.
It's just kind of a garnish, you know. It's not a pasta dish per se,
Right.
so we're just going to add a little with it. Just happen to have a few baby peas handy for this.
There you go.
And I think I'm going to work a little paprika into the mix, get a little red color going.
Well, we have a little red. Well, you have a little red in the sandwich as well as in the
Right.
pasta.
Yep. A little on there, and maybe we'll go around the perimeter a little bit.
Oh, pretty.
I mean, you know, what the heck. I'd go for a little Tuesday night dinner with some vodka pasta and a Sammy with a few veggies on it.
Sure.
That works, right? There, we got a little blackened chicken, eggplant, arugula, roasted peppers. A little garnish of penny with vodka sauce.
Now this looks fabulous.
Yeah, it's still sizzling. We got
Yeah,
the loin of pork.
and it's-
Hopefully, you know, you want to be careful not to overdo it. As I said many times, this is my favorite way of doing this sort of thing. I just like things, certain items like this, seared and roasted. I just think it's fantastic what it does. Makes it really good.
Isn't that a little healthier too, seared and roasted, than other methods you might use?
Yes. I don't know. I'm going with it though.
Okay.
Yeah, it's better than deep frying, that's for doggone sure.
Yeah.
See, I'm a little bit backwards here. I'll attempt to slice in another direction.
Are you a lefty or a righty?
Depends on the day of the week. I mean it. I am so cockeyed. I write with a pen. I play pool with right-handed. It's like unbelievable. So you can see that's still a little pink in the center, right?
Which is, don't we want it a little pink?
I do.
Yeah,
you know.
I do too.
Although I've had people just say burn it. I don't want to have anything to do with pinky
No.
winky, you know. And there, we'll have that sit there and rest for a second or two while we're reducing our sauce. All right, we'll get this bad boy going. See if I can find
Mushrooms
the
look
lid.
good.
Yeah, I did add the mushrooms
Oh,
in there, right?
that's
I added
nice.
a little touch more cream and demi-glace, and we'll see how this happens here.
Okay.
I did take our potato out. I love these.
That's
This is
nice.
terrific.
Yeah, that's nice and
Browned up really
yellow
well.
golden.
You can see it's a little crust to it. It's very soft underneath and flaky. I just love the combination. So I guess we could put that to the plate. Like that. We had our asparagus draining over here. Like I said, normally we would season this, but you know, in the interest of time in the show, we went over the different types of seasoning you could put on this. I don't recommend putting the asparagus in a skillet to season it. Like if you were going to put some butter or something on it, I'd recommend getting that hot and getting over here and tossing
And then
that.
just tossing it with
Let's
it.
try one of
Okay.
these. Let's see
Yeah,
if
let's try
we
the-
came
oh,
too
I love the-
undone.
I
or
love
if
the
we
little
are-
heads first.
I'd say it's in the good
Good.
zone, wouldn't you? Yeah.
Yep.
Great.
I like a slight little crunch, but not too much.
Right, right. Al dente.
Al dente.
Right. This looks like enough.
Oh, I love these little baby asparagus.
You know, they're really nice, aren't they? How's our sauce doing? It's coming along pretty nicely. Smell that mustard coming out of there?
Oh, I know.
You got to be very careful not
That
to.
really changes the complexion of the consistency and the taste considerably.
Right.
Unbelievable. Okay.
All right, we got
think
it
we're-
finishing here.
We're getting a sign from our producer.
Yes.
Running out of time,
Running out of
folks.
time, but we just happen to be zipping
I think
right
we're
in there.
just there. That looks nice.
Yeah, this will tickle your
Beautiful.
innards on a cool fall or winter evening. That's coming together, coming together.
Coming together.
Just happen to have a little more butter over here.
And thicken it up a little bit.
All right, we're going to bring the sauce together.
Doing pretty nicely.
Stir that in. You see that? Thickening it up and enriching it. Come on, butter, do your thing. The butter shows up on camera like it's a blob of gosh knows what. We don't put that much butter in. I'm telling you, I've been called between our salt and our butter. I've been taken to task over it. See how that's thickened up nicely? Okay, not pasty. It's still got some wiggle. We'll add that down the center of our little pork dish, a little Dijon sauce there.
Very nice.
That works. Oh boy, I might steal this off of you and Greg. I think we'll be on a hand-to-hand combat over this one, Greg.
Nice.
I'm going to put a little scallion, a little chopped scallion on there, just to give it some jump. And I think it's calling for a little paprika. Nah, you know what? We've done that enough. Let's leave it plain. The colors are talking well enough. That color on the potato, I think, helps the dish out a lot. There you have a loin of pork Dijonnaise.
Well, folks, we're here at the table trying to wrap up another Cooking with Dan Luzzi show. Our producer's telling us keep it sweet and petite.
Right.
Or short and sweet.
Short and one of the two.
Short and sweet, one of the two. What did we do today, Dan?
We tried our cream of asparagus soup while we were getting the asparagus garnish for the loin of pork, roasted loin of pork Dijonnaise with the green peppercorns, a little cream finish to it. We had our twice-baked potato there.
Yep.
That's a little creamier than it might look on the camera, I'm not sure. And we had our blackened chicken and eggplant and arugula sandwich with the balsamic vinaigrette as the penne with the vodka sauce as the garnish.
Okay, thanks again for joining us. Have a happy and healthy holiday season, and we'll see you again next week.